The United States Championship on the line in the main event. The King of the Ring tournament continues and Sasha Banks is in action for the first time since WrestleMania. My name's Alex and welcome to 6 Things You Need to Know from Monday Night Raw. So, the main event. AJ Styles defends the United States Championship against Braun Strowman. The match itself was alright, but it's the end we need to talk about. There's a ref bump and the referee falls to the outside of the ring. He's wiped out. Meanwhile, in the ring, AJ Styles does the heelish gouge of the eyes and low blow and then hits Strowman with the steel chair. All of a sudden, Strowman finds his second win, scoops up AJ Styles, hits him with a running power slam, but of course there's no official to make the count. The OC, Gallows and Anderson charge to the ring, attacks Strowman. Strowman fights them off and hits them with the steel chair. As the official starts to stir on the outside, all of a sudden, AJ Styles collapses. He does an Eddie Guerrero. The official looks up, he goes, "I heard the chair shots," which was, of course, Braun Strowman hitting Gallows and Anderson with the chairs, and concludes, because Strowman's holding the chair, that he'd hit Styles, so disqualifies him. I think VAR is useless in the Premier League, but it clearly has its place in WWE, doesn't it? So after that, Strowman wipes them all out, but it doesn't change the fact that the end of the main event of Raw in a title match was a disqualification based off the referee not seeing anything in the ring. I mean, I've never seen that sort of booking before, but nonetheless, it wasn't really suitable for the main event of Raw. The first round of the King of the Ring tournament continued on Raw with two more first round matches. The one and only Ricochet took on Drew McIntyre in a classic size versus speed match that ended when Drew McIntyre threw Ricochet onto the top rope. Ricochet would bounce back with that flying lung blow, which is now called the recoil. So Maggle's been saved from having to call it the code breaker. And then the 630 splash. So Ricochet beat Drew McIntyre, center of the ring pinfall, and I said that Ricochet would win the tournament. Drew McIntyre was internet's favourite, and now Ricochet's the favourite, so thank you very much. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Then The Miz took on my mate Baron Corbin. I thought Miz should be heel. What a boring babyface he is. I also don't know why. Now Baron Corbin's no longer the general manager of Raw. He still wrestles in a suit. The match was actually, I think, match of the night. Miz counted an end of days. Corbin kicked out of a skull cushion finale, and it was the end of days for the win for Baron Corbin. And I call Corbin my mate because I met Baron Corbin and I was wearing a Baron Corbin shirt, and we got on really well. So I can never say anything bad about Baron Corbin ever on the internet. And I do think Corbin's going to go all the way to the semis to face Ricochet, where Ricochet will go on to the finals and win the tournament. So Monday Night Raw opened with Sasha Banks, which was refreshing not to see Rollins or Reigns go down to the ring at the start of the show. And I thought that for Becky Lynch, this is probably her most unpredictable rivalry I can remember in a long time. I really don't know which way this one's going to go. Probably in Banks' favour, but who knows? It was all about Natalya and Sasha Banks' match. Sasha Banks' first match back since WrestleMania. And on Twitter, Natalya said she's going to give Sasha an ass whipping. Bloody hell, Natty, it's a PG show, so I don't know what Natty's up to. But they did have a match later on in the show, a match that was cut bizarrely short. It felt like it should have gone sort of 10-15 minutes, maybe even gone to last. And it ended when Natalya got all caught up in the Banks statement, and Sasha Banks used the injured arm of Natalya to sort of choke Natalya out in a sort of sleeper hold, sort of rear choke hold kind of variation of the Banks statement that would see Natalya tap out. And then after the match, Sasha Banks would once again attack the Queen of Hearts. Tag Team Turmoil. So the winners of Tag Team Turmoil become the number one contenders to face Rollins and Strowman at Clash of Champions for their Raw Tag Team Championships. We've all got places to be. I'm recording this at 5 in the morning. Let's get this done. Viking Raiders started to take on the B team. The Viking Raiders won. The Viking Raiders then took on the OC, which ended in a double disqualification when everyone was just brawling in the ring. That's fine. It keeps the Viking Raiders protected. Two fresh teams came out. Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler, teaming for the first time, took on the Lucha House Party. Roode and Ziggler won. Roode and Ziggler took on the Revival in the best sort of mini match. Roode and Ziggler won. Roode and Ziggler took on Ryder and Hawkins. Roode and Ziggler won. And then Roode and Ziggler took on Heavy Machinery. And oh yeah, Roode and Ziggler won. So Roode and Ziggler beat 4 teams. There was something in the Heavy Machinery match that stood out to me. Renee Young said on commentary, "Make Mama's dreams come true," when Otis was looking for the Caterpillar, and I haven't heard anything that nuts since Oliver Burton said over on NXT's 6 Things, Roderick Strong popped up faster than Ariana Grande in my DMs. That's a real person that said those real words, so go check that out. Yeah, this isn't good because what they did is they put together 2 single stars and they ran through 4 teams in a row in the tag division. That shows how little regard Vince has for the tag team division, and it's a big shame. Also, a lot of wild cards, B Team and Heavy Machinery, both from SmackDown. You know, where's Slater and Rhino? Where's the Ascension? There were teams on Raw that could have taken those spots, and it's annoying they brought them in from SmackDown. Cedric Alexander took on Cesaro as Cedric Alexander looked to build momentum, as Maggle would say, for his King of the Ring second round match with Baron Corbin. The match was pretty good. It was a good solid mid-card match that kept the third hour of Raw ticking over. Cesaro intercepted and Alexander dived to the outside with a earth-shattering uppercut. His uppercuts are ridiculous. He did one with Joe last week, one tonight. The whole match was about working the knee of Alexander, but Alexander would overcome, hit the lumbar check and pin Cesaro for the 3. To conclude, tonight on Monday Night Raw, I can't say I was overly impressed. A show that lacked major star power, had a main event that ended in disqualification, and its main feud, which should have been Sasha Banks and Natalya on last, was a match that felt cut pretty short. So overall, I'm left with a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. Thank you for watching 6 Things You Need to Know from Monday Night Raw. Keep an eye out here on the channel because tomorrow, Ryan will bring you 6 Things You Need to Know from SmackDown Live, and on Thursday morning, Oliver will break down 6 Things You Need to Know from NXT. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and that's all for me. Thank you for watching 6 Things You Need to Know from Monday Night Raw.